Today, we have an oldie but a goodie. We're streaming again. This one can be found on Prime. Sometimes it rotates over to Netflix as well. It really kind of does rotate around, so it should be pretty easy to find. Today, we are reviewing The Burbs with Tom Hanks. Yes, a bit of an older comedy, but if you didn't see it then, or if you haven't seen it in a while, watch till the end, see our clean cut sheet, and see how it rates with kids and teens. Let's get into it. All right, so The Burbs. Now, this is a movie that the TV show Today on Peacock TV, The Burbs, is really based on. So if you've seen that TV show, you really have a background or a foundation of what The Burbs actually is about. And it really is what happens when you have neighbors who are a bit too curious, they get a little bored, and all in a movie based back in the 80s. Now, Tom Hanks, he plays a guy who's just trying to enjoy some time off. His marriage is a bit stressed, and he has these neighbors who are just a bit out there. And then he's got his neighbor friends who kind of force him to investigate the sounds and the strangeness of the neighbors who are next door. Now, the movie, it moves well enough. The jokes, they are 80s. So if you're an 80s kid, you're gonna really love this throwback.
Ray, this is Walter.
And they're not bad. They're just kind of those cheesy 80s jokes. And this is a lot like a recent film with Shia LaBeouf called Disturbia. The premise, the plot, many things are very similar, where you have an individual who's stuck at home, starts observing people that are in the neighborhood, has a questionable neighbor. All of those things are just so similar between these two films. So if you haven't seen Disturbia, check out my review on that one. All right, just a quick reminder, if this review helps you decide what to watch, please like and follow the channel, as well as share it with someone you think would enjoy the practical reviews that we do here. That really helps more families find movies they feel good about watching. All right, let's jump onto our performances. So Tom Hanks, he really carries this film. And this is earlier Hanks, back in the late 80s, where we were releasing Big and Joe vs. the Volcano. Both some good watches as well. We're really dropping a lot of different film options in this review here. But this is a common Hanks comedy. A bit loud at times. You feel a bit like he feels that he's just surrounded by morons just because of his mannerisms and how he reacts to things. But at the same time, he doesn't necessarily know how to react or handle a specific situation. And all of that, it meshes very well. Now, his supporting cast, now that's where really this personality of the film starts to come out. You've got the neighbor who's the paranoid army vet. You've got the friend who is over the top and oversteps every step of the way. And then you've got that kid next door who's really just along for the ride. This one is played by Corey Feldman. If that name doesn't sound familiar to you, this is Mouth from Goonies. Another great 80s throwback.
No, I want the Villa Scallopini. I want a Chimchene Alfredo. A bottle of fettuccine in 1981.
And all these guys, they create a very good dynamic. Everyone kind of feeds off each other throughout the entire film. Now take note, as I've already mentioned several times, this is an 80s flick. The humor and some of the mannerisms, the facial expressions are a little bit over the top compared to today's films. But as I mentioned already, this is a very good throwback film. All right, let's take a look at our clean score sheet. So the story. This is a very simple concept, but it's fun. This is a good Friday night flick with the family type movie. It's a short watch, an hour 41, and it will be a good time for your family. Performances, as we mentioned already, Tom Hanks, he does a really good job. The supporting cast does good also. We put this one a bit lower just because of the different nature of the acting compared to today. Back then, it was everything is very big facial expressions, big falls, etc. It's just a bit different than today's style. All right, now let's jump on to the visuals. Very standard for an 80s film, and maybe that's a good thing. No CGI, just everything built into the sets. But in that regard, compared to today's standards, everything visually is, obviously, from the 80s. And then on to the experience. As I've said above already, this is a good, fun, simple watch for a Friday night. Okay, now let's jump down to our clean meter. You can see all of these are very low. This is a PG movie from the 80s. I would almost argue it's what would carry in today's regard a G rating. That might be in a bit of an exaggeration, but things have changed a bit, I think we'll all agree. There's an S word here or there, but overall, a very clean film. Now onto the intensity, you can see right here, we can put that one as a 1 as well. A little bit of suspense, but more comedic than anything, so that one gets a low rating as well. Now you can see right here on the romance, put that one at a 1 also. You've got a neighbor who's wearing some revealing clothing, some short shorts. They do a shot of kind of the short shorts at a certain scene. And so just because of that, we mark that one up. But this one really is very low and very appropriate by most any standards. Okay, and then we jump into our last one, the cringe. Low as well. Nothing that really threw anything off. This one was almost a 0, but just because of some of the ratings up above, we popped that one up to a 1 as well. So when you get into the family watch factor, you can see down below we're good for families. Older kids and teens are probably going to enjoy it a little bit more just because of the comedy and the jokes that they have going in the movie. And then we jump down into our clean cut verdict. So as you can imagine, cult classic, this one's very much a watch. And when they start making remakes of it, you know the base story is good and it deserves a look if others are willing to base their current work on the previous film. So this is a solid film. All right, that is The Burbs. Little weird, but very fun to watch. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you tuning in. And just a reminder, if you enjoy this content, please like, follow, and share. And I will see you at the movies.